there was no Facebook, it was no Instagram. So to be able to book an artist, you had to come to the city and you had to find them. Like, right. So if an artist was at a club, we would go to the club, stand in line, get in the club.
One of the biggest obstacles artists face in the music game is access. Getting access to the people that can make it happen, or access to the information and resources you need to get to the next level. That's the key. That's why you need two of the biggest in the game on your side. Introducing McKee, Boomman. Welcome to the real industry plug. You heard me?
It's another episode of Real Industry Plugs. You are now tuned into the greatest, most informational, educational, plug-giving podcast that there is, the Real Industry Plugs. And I have my brother on here with me today. This is real family right here. Certified Pat is in the building. This is a senior. Let me let the hand clap. Let me let the hand clapping go through because you deserve it. This is the Senior Director of A&R of Epic Records. That's his current title, but that don't really mean much to what this man has done for the city of Atlanta and for the music industry, period. You know what I mean? I feel like your name is way bigger than A&R and way bigger than Epic. When people say Certified Pat, man, that name ring bells. So, you know what I mean? You've been my brother for a long time. So, first of all, thank you, sir, for coming to the Real Industry Plugs.
Nah, man, I've been waiting on the opportunity to come up here. I just been busy, bro.
Yeah, nah, I understand. So Pat, man, a lot of people, you know, that are tuned in, I love to introduce them to the real plugs. You know what I mean? I love to introduce them to the real people that are making things happen behind the scenes that you should know. You know what I mean? If you're looking to get into the industry, these are the people you should be following. These are the people you should be paying attention to. And Pat is one of those guys, man. So Pat, but I don't want to do it for you, man. Let them know who are the artists that you are been part of their journey. You've been a big part of their journey.
Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, Jack Harlow. Mm-hmm. Earl on the beat, the producer. And I mean, those are just a few to name.
Yeah. And Pat, you're one of, I tell stories because people ask me for my opinions on records and opinions on artists. And you're one of the prime examples I always bring up. You are responsible for one of my biggest misses. And you know what that is? That's Playboi Carti. Pat brought me to the studio with Playboi Carti. In the beginning, before the name Playboi Carti rang any bells, Pat brought me to the studio with him. He like, bro, this is the future. He's like, man, this kids is on. And I told Pat, because Pat's my real brother. Like, I told him to his face, I said, man, this dude is not going. I was like, Pat, bro, like, this is not it. I said that to his face, and Pat was like, nah, just watch. And the next thing you know, this guy is the biggest artist in the industry. And so I always bring that up when people ask me my opinion. I'm like, listen, I can tell you my opinion, but that don't mean it's right. You know what I mean? Pat, I just got off the bat because you proved me wrong, so wildly wrong. What did you see? Like, what was it that you saw that you just knew this guy was next?
I mean, I just seen the conviction in him and his hustle and his vision. And, you know, another thing that I was able to do, I was able to just tap into the culture that he lived in and his lifestyle and his demo. And I realized it was another thing to music that a lot of people didn't see. Yeah. But I got to live it. So then I understood it.
Yeah. And that's the thing about music. What I learned, especially from a situation like that, is like, it's how does it make that person feel? And Playboi Carti music has a feeling to it that moves that young generation. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily what he's saying. It's how he's making them feel. And, you know, you listen to that music and you feel like a rock star. You feel like Playboi Carti. And you were able to recognize that when I for sure couldn't, bro. I was blinded. Trust me. I was like, I told Pat to his face. And by the way, I have a few examples. I don't have many, but I have a few examples where I've told people that ain't it. And they went out and proved me way wrong. But Carti was definitely one of them misses that Pat was like, bro, just this is it. And I was like, no, it's not. And sure enough, he proved it. You know what I mean? So Pat, let's get into the beginning of the journey. You know what I mean? Like obviously I know you're from Ghana, right? But like, where were you born? Were you born there or here?
I was born here.
You were born here in Atlanta?
Atlanta, Grady. I'm a Grady baby, for real.
Another one. Amaretta, be quiet. He is the real Atlanta. Pat, damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know. So you really was born in Grady? Like, that's not like just thing you said. You were born in Grady.
Born in Grady.
Wow. Okay. So you grew up in Atlanta then?
Yeah.
You from the soul, but your parents are from Ghana.
My parents from Ghana, West Africa. You know, when they came over here, you know, they ain't have much. So
yeah,
we lived in Capitol Homes. I was born in Grady, and then from there we moved to East Point. And I grew up in East Point.
You grew up in East Point. So at what point did you lean music business? Was it in college or?
I mean, it really started in high school, but at the same time, I didn't know that I was leaning music business. I just knew I was leaning music. Yeah. Because being from Atlanta for real, I used to dance. I was
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was what we used to tick and ragtop and all that type of stuff, and that's how I kind of got my name in the city. And then even when I went to college, I was still dancing. So I got my name in the city and I got kind of popular on campus. Yeah. And then we started throwing parties. And from that point, once we started throwing parties, we started booking artists, and that's when we started building relationships. Because when we started booking artists back then in college, you know, when I was in school, there was no Facebook, it was no Instagram. So to be able to book an artist, you had to come to the city and you had to find them. Like, right. So if an artist was at a club, we would go to the club, stand in line, get in the club, and then wait for the artist to get there. And when they be walking to the VIP, I would stand there in the VIP, stand by the VIP and be like, yo, I'm trying to book you. I'm in Georgia Southern University. I'm in college, and I'm trying to book you, take you to my school. And that's how they got shows too, because they trying to make some money. So I said I'm gonna take them to the college, and I would always get the numbers of the artists. Yeah, I mean not the artists, but the artist managers. Yeah. So that's how my journey started. So we were doing that. So I was able to start one of my strongest relationships in the game with Jason Jeter. Okay. Because at one point T.I. was real. He was on the come up. Yeah. And T.I. had a party. Actually, I was at a 112 party. I'm telling my age. Yeah. 112.
I mean, you already told it when you said T.I. was on the come up. Yeah. Like that right there gave it away.
So I was at a 112 Peaches and Cream. It was the album release Peaches and Cream, and T.I. was at the party with his manager, Jason G. They were standing next to each other. And I told him I want to book him and I used to just ask every artist manager, I want to book them. Yeah. With no plans of booking them at that time. But I would get their numbers. That's how I would connect. Right. And then, you know, when we get back to school, then I would start, you know, making the conversation, making the calls, and start booking artists. I mean, I booked T.I. for $1,500 first show I booked him.
Wow. Jesus Christ. What song was he singing?
Man, this is I'm Serious. First album when he was still signed LaFace before.
So this is before 24s.
Before everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like back then, bro, we booked Lil Jon. We booked what's my man? Killer Mike when he was hot. Yeah. CeeLo. Everybody, bro. Pastor Troy multiple times. That's at that time. Yeah. You know,
I mean, you couldn't get no higher than Pastor Troy. In Georgia?
Jeezy.
Down south Georgia Jeezy. Boys.
I mean, we gave Jeezy 6,000. We booked actually it's crazy because the same party we booked Jeezy, Gucci Man was in line to come in because this one they was still cool. Yeah. So he was coming to support Jeezy. Wow. You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy. And it's at Georgia Southern.
Well, we had it going crazy down there.
Dang, where was y'all getting the money to book all these people?
I mean, the club owners, we was partners with the club owners. So, you know, eventually, you know, it started out being partners with the club owners, but then we made money. Then eventually we had our own money.
Right. It's a thing about business, bro. If you had an idea, the money would come. Yeah. You know what I mean? So y'all went to the club owners, listen, I can get this person. You know what I mean? Then y'all built up your own capital.
Built our own capital and built our own brand. And I mean, we had Georgia Southern cracking to the point to where one of my cousins, he started throwing parties at West Georgia. Then my homegirl started doing Georgia State. Then I had some people at Clark. So we built like this network, you know what I'm saying, of young party promoters. And we pretty much, you know what I'm saying, we took over the state.
Damn. And this is amazing college entrepreneurship is what you're telling me. Like y'all built a business in college.
And we was building a business and we didn't know we was building a business. We was just making money, you know what I'm saying, having fun, meeting girls. And then as we started to progress and started to do bigger things, opportunities started to present themselves. As far as like managers starting to want to stay down and stay connected because I mean, once they came to see what we had,
right,
you knew that they were still gonna tap in because it wasn't even just my network. It was like, okay, I book you here, then I send you to West Georgia, then I send you to Georgia State, then I send you to Clark. Then we got people from Alabama calling because at the time nobody knew how to get artists.
Right.
So they was like, yo, could y'all book this artist for us? So we was booking artists in Savannah, Valdosta. We just kept booking. We booking and booking and booking.
That's crazy. And so how long did this go on? Did you continue this after you got out of school?
Yeah, man, I probably continued this to roughly around 2013, 14.
Yeah. And then so at this point, were you living in Atlanta?
Yeah, I was living in Atlanta. I had built a team of young same-minded entrepreneurs, and they pretty much took over and ran the situation. Yeah. So we pretty much oversaw everything here from the city while we was doing our events out here.